Hello everybody, Sam here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I wanted to take a look at the latest press release from CRISPR Therapeutics, the partnership that they just laid down and paid a couple of $1 million upfront and in milestones long term for a specific collaboration with this Sirius Therapeutics. However, that company is called Sirius, whatever you want to say it. That's the partnership they have going on here in this press release, and I want to talk about all of this here in this video. So, a couple of things here, guys. First of all, I am back from Montreal. Really, the last 2 weeks, a lot of travel. Had to be in Orlando, and I had to be back in Montreal for family and work, and now I'm obviously back in my regular schedule here in Toronto. So a little bit chilly, a little bit cold here, but hopefully it gets better here as we come out of spring and enter summer. So wherever you are, hopefully it's sunny and better than here, although the sun just came out here just before I started recording, so that's a plus. So let's jump straight into it, guys. This press release here, CRISPR Therapeutics and Sirius Therapeutics announces multi-target collaboration to develop novel siRNA therapies, right? So, and I'm pointing out the highlights here. So this collaboration is to co-develop and co-commercialize this program called SRSD107. It's a next generation long factor XI small interfering for treatment of thrombotic disorders, okay? That's a hard word to pronounce when English is not your first language. So this is how the acronyms are coming out, right? Small interfering RNA. And it looks like this program here demonstrated peak reduction of over 93%. And this was in clinical trial, post-dosing. After 6 months, they were able to get that efficiency. And then under this agreement, CRISPR Therapeutics came in and said, hey, here's $25 million upfront cash. And here's $70 million in equity. Okay. And then, of course, CRISPR Therapeutics also has rights to exclusively license up to 2 additional siRNA programs. And this, of course, expands the company's toolkit to develop really transformative gene-based medicines long term for the company. So, I actually want to give a quote here really quick, guys, and I quote here from Dr. Sam, CEO of the company, of course. He said, quote, and I quote, "We are excited to partner with Sirius and broaden our cardiovascular medicine portfolio on the heels of our promising top-line data we recently shared for CTX310, said the CEO. And now another quote here, coagulation of factor XI represents an innovative and highly compelling target for treatment of thrombotic diseases that affect millions of people worldwide. SRSD0107 has the potential to be the best-in-class therapy, offering infrequent dosing, improved patients' outcome. And of course, this platform complements our existence capabilities, expands our therapeutic toolkit, enabling us to develop a broad range of transformative gene-based editing." End of quote. So I'm not gonna go throughout this press release here. A couple of comments here from the CEO of the other company, the partner company. But I think from what's more relevant to our channel here in our video is a lot of people said, that's kind of money wasted. I heard that comment on X.com. I heard people kind of doubted. They don't even know about this company, this Sirius Therapeutics. They don't even know about the technology. They don't even know what this company is all about. And I'd like to offer, something else to the viewers here. So you got to remember, guys, CRISPR Therapeutics hold almost $2 billion in cash. That's a lot of money, okay? Just if you want to do the math here, that's $2,000+ million, okay? I believe it's short of that, actually. I think it's like 1.8 or 1.75. That was their latest figures there of $1 billion. But just for sake of simplicity, just say 2 billion. So when you do the math here, let's just, for the sake of our own simplicity, and we're not going to take a look at the equity here, which obviously matters, but let's just do the 25 million. When you think about it, guys, 25 million is actually just 1.25% of their cash balance sheet. That's the money they're giving up front. Now, obviously, they have an equity here that obviously matters, but upfront, 25 million, and they have almost $2 billion in cash for simplicity of this math. So why am I showing this to you guys? Is this is peanuts compared to what they have in the balance sheet. And this is very important because these are the type of bets that I think leads this company to be innovative, okay, in this space. You gotta do something with your money, right? You can't just sit on it because one, inflation eats it up, and two, those low interest rates, whatever they're getting these companies, where they're putting their cash in, it's not worth it. For a company in this stage like CRISPR Therapeutics, they can take those risks early on. In fact, they can definitely take those risks with Cas9 up and running and collaborating with Vertex with commercialization as of end of 2023, early 2024. So they can take those risks. And to me, it just doesn't make sense not to take those risks. And I think that's a great bet to take for 1.25%, call it 1.3%, round it up, right? For 1.3%, you're taking that risk. What if it pans out? What if something happens with, Sirius Therapeutics? What if Sirius Therapeutics gets bought out by this big company, and this big company ends up giving even more money, more share to CRISPR Therapeutics? There's so many avenues here. There's so many things that could happen just from this partnership. You have to look at it from the bigger picture, right? And I've always said in this channel, there's two things that's going to lead these companies, these CRISPR companies, to excel out of the rest in the biotech space. One, the technology itself. They need good data. They need clinical data. They need ongoing data, long-term data, durability, safety data. That's extremely important on humans, not on mice or on primates. I'm talking about on human beings, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 clinical trials. But number 2 point, and I've said this before, is partnerships. Partnerships are important, not just for big pharma companies, but also for these smaller companies. Leverage their own technology. Get your own talent, in-house talent, partnering up, collaborating with other companies. Now, I'm not saying you have to collaborate with everybody, because obviously you need to specialize and need to focus on your direction. We've seen how this last 2-3 years, these CRISPR companies have cut down their workload, cut down their workforce, cut down on some of these crazy programs they had going. But there's also a benefit of partnering up. Okay, biotech is all about partnership. That's something unique about biotech. I would say in business in general, you have to partner up. Okay, like Tesla had to partner up with Panasonic for batteries. Okay, Google had to partner up with Apple to put their Google search on their iPhones. I mean, there's partnerships happening all the time. I mean, there's a infamous story of Microsoft partnering up with Apple, giving money in the late 90s when Apple needed that money and they were near bankruptcy, and they partner up. Again, partnerships is a win-win for both companies. Okay, there's something to be said there. Now, in the biotech space, that doesn't change. The thing that's unique about this space is that those partnerships can compound very, very quickly. I mean, this program, just think about if this program was to get FDA approved for whatever reason. The FDA is like, you know what? These types of disorders here, I'm not going to pronounce it one more time because I'm going to butcher it again, but these types of disorders, we don't have enough in the market. Let's just expedite that specific disorder, whoever's working on that disorder. And obviously now CRISPR Therapeutics is in there. Okay, so this is what we mean partnership. And Beep Therapeutics has done this many years ago, being the platform, obviously licensing out their technology to companies like Pfizer, to companies, of course, like Verve Therapeutics in the CRISPR landscape. But we need more of those. And maybe not with the big ones. Maybe you can get those smaller collaboration, 25 million here, 50 million here, maybe 100 million upfront here. Couple of percentage from your balance sheet, right? And then focus and double down on your own in-house program so you can commercialize those programs. Of course, you can also potentially partner it with a Vertex, with a Regeneron, right? We saw how Regeneron bought the 23andMe company, whatever, that was near bankruptcy. There's always something happening in this space, right? Whether that's acquisition, M&As, or of course a partnership. And that's what makes me excited, right? That's why I wanted to make this video here and to let people know this is bigger than just they're just spending money, okay? This is a bigger picture, right? You guys gotta remember, business deals are not made in emails and on Teams or Zoom meetings, okay? Business deals are made in lunches, They're made with discussions. They're made over the weekend. Someone's at a cottage of someone other's cottage. Someone's at a birthday party, wedding, dinners, lunches, walks outside the office. I mean, it always events, work conferences, dinners after work conferences. And this is a great way to get your foot in the door in a space you've never been. And again, partnerships are so important, guys. So I'm gonna leave it like that. I've already said enough. I think it's I'm beating the dead horse here, but as you can tell, if you didn't know, partnerships are important in the CRISPR landscape, and I hope to see many of those, while keeping obviously the checks and balances for these companies, knowing cash is tight, knowing this is a bear market, knowing there are limited venues to be raising cash here in this space, in this venue right now. So that obviously changes in the bull market, but we're not there yet. So guys, I'm gonna end this video like this. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do like this video? It does really help this channel, putting our videos on people's home pages. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Subscribe, guys, please do subscribe. And I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my Saturday here. So hopefully you're enjoying your weekend. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great Saturday. Thank you.